A very good afternoon to you and welcome to our lunchtime news. You're with News First, your number one news provider. And I'm Sandra Ferdinando. Before we get into our stories in detail, let's take a quick look at your headlines. His Holiness Pope Francis arrives in the island. Over 300,000 devotees expected to gather at Gore Face Green. Over 20,000 police personnel deployed for security. 87,000 kilograms of big onions not suitable for consumption discovered. And now your stories in detail. Well, His Holiness Pope Francis the First arrived at the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunaika at 9 this morning on an Alitalia flight.
In the numbers,
His Holiness Pope Francis was accorded a state welcome at the Bandaranaike International Airport. His Holiness was welcomed to Sri Lanka by President Maithripala Sirisena and ministers and MPs.
උන්වහන්සේ මා හිතනවා මට නොපෙනුනත් මේ මොහොතේදී උන්වහන්සේ මේ මොහොතේදී අපගේ දේශයේ අපගේ භූමිය ස්පර්ශ කරමින් සිප වැළඳ ගනිමින් අපගේ දේව ජනතාවට ලංකාවාසී සියලුම ජනතාවට මේ මොහොතේදී ආශිර්වාදයේ ළඟා කරේ. දේශයේ උන්වහන්සේ අපගේ දේශයට පැමිණෙන්නේ සුවිශේෂ එම අපගේ
After the national anthem was performed, a special choir performed a song that was composed for the Pope's arrival.
Welcome to Sri Lanka. Come bless the land of people as God's love without you share.
We are people who believe in religious tolerance and coexistence based on our centuries or religious heritage. Your Holiness, our two countries have played a significant role in fostering two of the world's major religions, Christianity and Buddhism. I look forward to further strengthening the bilateral relations that exist between Sri Lanka and the Holy See. I seek the blessing of Your Holiness on the people of Sri Lanka and request your prayers for the peace, progress and prosperity of our people.
It is no easy task to overcome the bitter legacy of injustices, hostility and mistrust left by the conflict. I can only be done by overcoming evil by God and by cultivating those virtues which foster reconciliation, solidarity and peace. The process of healing also needs to include the pursuit of truth, not for the sake of opening all wounds, but rather as necessary means of promoting justice, healing and unity. Dear friends, I'm convinced that the followers of the various religious traditions have an essential role to play in the delicate process of reconciliation and rebuilding which is taking place in this country. Traditions have an essential role to play in the delicate process of reconciliation and rebuilding which is taking place in this country.
Subsequent to his address, Pope Francis blessed the archbishops of Sri Lanka and the others who were present. Etching an unforgettable memory in Sri Lanka, His Holiness signed the Golden Book at the VVIP lounge of BIA. Pope Francis travelled in procession in an open vehicle, bestowing his blessings on those who had gathered to witness his arrival. His Holiness is due to call on President Maithripala Sirisena at 5 p.m. today.
Now the police notes that a special traffic and security plan has been put in place in line with the visit of the Holy Father Pope Francis, and police media spokesperson SS Donor elaborated further.
We have deployed over 21,000 police officers in Colombo city and in the suburbs in respect of the Pope visit. Especially tomorrow, there is a special mass that is conducted at Goldface Green. So for that security also, we utilize the same strength. And especially the roads in Goldface area and the vicinity of Goldface, Bambalapitiya, Kalpiti, Peta and Fort would be restricted for vehicle movements during the morning hours, especially 6:30 to 12 o'clock in the noon. And apart from that, we have a special plan in Madu area also deployed 3,000 police officers. His Holiness Pope will be visiting Madu in the afternoon tomorrow. So therefore, separate plan has been arranged there. So altogether, 24,000 police officers have been deployed in connection with Pope visit, including STF and VVIP security services.
Meanwhile, representatives of the United People's Freedom Alliance convened a press conference yesterday.
Sri Lanka Nidahas Paksha Vyavasthawe 12 වෙනි වගන්තියේ සභාපති කියන අනුච්ඡේදය යටතේ.
According to Clause 12 of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party Constitution, if a member of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party wishes to become a chairman of the SLFP by representing the SLFP or representing a political party affiliated with the SLFP, he needs to contest and reach this position. Let us assume that a member of the UMP contested and became the president. Just because he is the president, he cannot become the chairman of the SLFP.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ සභාපතිකම ගන්න බෑ.
මැතිවරණයකින් පසු බලය සාමකාමී ලෙස විධිමත් ලෙස ජයග්‍රහණය කළ පිරිසට ලබා
We are allowing the victors to celebrate their victory after the election. We believe that this would set an example. There are false statements such as conspiracies that have been made. This was to stop transfer of power. This is all baseless.
කුමන්ත්‍රණයක් තිබුණා කියලා එසේ බලය අවරාදීම වැළැක්වීමට ඒ සම්පූර්ණයෙන් පදනම් පිරහිතයි.
Their manifesto has been approved by a majority of over 400,000 votes. We have achieved 5.8 million votes. If we say that we will not allow this, this is a political theft.
Leader of the National Unity Front, Asad Saleh, and UMP Western Provincial Council SM Marika attended a public rally held in the Slave Island area yesterday.
This event was organized to celebrate the presidential election victory.
මැදකොළඹ ජනතාවගේ ගෙවල් දොරවල් චීන්නුන්ට දෙන්න බලහත්කාරයෙන් බල්ල බලල්ලු ගානට ගෙවල් වලින් ඇදලා දාලා.
When the people of Central Colombo were forcefully evicted from their homes to give land to the Chinese, and when we spoke against it, the military was used to chase the people away. There was no value given to the ancestral homes of these people, and they were put out of their houses. We have spoken on the price of goods and good governance. We said that justice will be meted out. Today it has been proven that the people's power is far more greater than the power of intimidation, the power of weapons, and the power of thuggery.
අවි බලයට, මැර බලයට, චණ්ඩි බලයට විරුද්ධව ජනතා බලය ලොකුයි කියන එක.
එතුමාට දැන් ආයිත් අර කෑදරකම තියෙනවා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට එන්න. මේ රටේ කිසිම ජනාධිපතිවරයෙක් ඒ අවුරුදු දෙක
He is greedy to come back into parliament. The previous presidents who served for 2 terms after their tenure retired and lived in peace. They enjoyed their pension. He's still craving to come back to parliament. That is why he is telling Kamala and Malini to resign so that he and Gotabaya can come back in. But when he attempted to come back, what happened? 55 of Rajapaksa's MPs crossed over. In another 3 weeks, all the provincial councils, Pradesh Sabhas and others will come under the Maitri rule.
පළාත් සභාද ප්‍රාදේශ සභාද සියලු දේම වැඩි කල් යන්නේ ඉතර තව සුමාන 3ක් වෙනකොට ඒ සියලු දේම මෛත්‍රීගේ පාලනය යටතේ එනවා කියන එක අපි තමුන්නාසලට කියනවා.
President Maithripala Sirisena's victory at the presidential election was celebrated in several areas of Colombo yesterday.
This celebratory event, which was held at the UNP Colombo North office, was held under the auspices of UNP Assistant Leader Ravi Karunanayaka. We should celebrate this victory gracefully. We do not need to attack our opponents at any instance. What we need to attack is the dictatorial rule which was against democracy and began in an era where the people of this country are the true rulers. The ceremony celebrating the victory of President Maithripala Sirisena was organized by a group of businessmen at the Peta Manning Market yesterday. A group including Democratic Party Western Provincial Councillor Susil Kindalapetia and Prasanna Solangarachi were in attendance for the ceremony. Friends, ever since the 9th, we can see how relieved the people are now after their sufferings were taken away. We can see smiles on their faces now. They know that there won't be any white vans which will follow them and abduct them and be murdered. They know they will be given relief. People vote because they want to be happy, so we have to create that happiness. The only way of doing that is for people to receive relief.
Meanwhile, new Minister of Finance Ravi Karunanayaka officially assumed duties in his ministerial portfolio today. He received his letter of appointment at the Presidential Secretariat by President Maithripala Sirisena yesterday. Somaratna Disanayake assumed duties as the chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavani Corporation yesterday. We will try our best to ensure that all news and current affairs carried on our channel will be balanced. We will not worry about whether it is pro or anti-government. We will work to bring the truth to the people. We do not need to become trumpeters for the government. Meanwhile, a stock of 87,000 kilograms of big rotten onions have been discovered from a government storage facility in Galebindu.
After the stock of big onions was identified as not suitable for consumption, it was moved out of the government storage facility. According to our correspondent, locals in the area have attempted to carry away the rotten big onions. Meanwhile, Food and Drug Inspector of the Anuradhapura district stated that there is a risk of big onions not suitable for consumption entering the Anuradhapura markets. He stated that information has come to light of an attempt to purchase these big onions for a lesser price and invade the domestic markets. In raids conducted during the past few days, a stock of rotten big onions weighing over 300,000 have been seized from the Sathusa storage facility. Ananda Veragoda stated that it has been revealed that stocks of big onions unfit for consumption has been purchased from farmers via Sathusa during the past few days.